Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hyde from BeHealing.com, and I've made a new pick a card read for you. This time it's how did they feel about you at some important point in the past, maybe when you met each other, or maybe when there was a makeup or a breakup situation going on. So how they felt about you back then, some important time in the past, how they feel about you now, and also how they're going to feel about you in the future. So I've made 3 reads here, the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Each of them has got a deeper dive, which is the future part of it. So if you find that the past and the present is your story, could be your story, you might want to get that deeper dive to get the future part of it too. If you do, then toward the end of these readings, you'll see a link that pops up there, and there's a link in the description box and in the comments below. Now, this is a timeless reading. Whenever you get into it is good. You can find your timestamps to jump ahead to your reading in the description box and in the comments below as well. And so all you need to do now is take your pick. Which one would you like? Would you like the crystal? This is a selenite chunk, pointy chunk. Would you like the flower? Or the shell, dusty snail shell? Take your pick now. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Take a few moments out of your day to appreciate this video and help me out in the process by commenting on it as well, even if it's just to say hi or let me know how this is resonating with you as you're watching your readings. Click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there to hear more from me. I make 3 of these Love Pick card reads a week, and if you've got some ideas of what you'd like me to do the readings on, let me know in the comments below and I'll do it next time. And click that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there to hear the rest of my stuff as well, which is a daily energy update for the collective. I also go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show, where I give mini reads for donations. So if you've got a question for your higher self about a specific area or a specific relationship in your life, then come along in there and ask your questions. It's for donations for those mini reads. You can find the next show laying in wait on my YouTube channel by clicking on the Be Healing channel down there. You'll see it. You can see what time it is in your time zone. And you can click on set a reminder in there as well to get a reminder to come along. So there you go. Take your pick now. Crystal, flower, or shell. And I will see you in your reading. If you chose the crystal, and this one's for you, crystals, let's find out about how they're feeling about you, your person. How they did feel about you sometime in the past, which is some significant time in the past. Could be around when you met, when you're first getting to know each other. How they're feeling about you now, and there's going to be a deeper dive, which is the future part of it. I'm going to do the same thing again in the future part, so to find out how they will feel about you at some significant point in the future, whether that's the point where you come back into each other's lives or when there's a significant step up in the relationship. Let's find out. So if you're interested in the future part of it, if you find that the past and the present is your, or could be your story, you might want to get the future part of it. And I'll be putting a link for that deeper dive, the extended reading, up there toward the end of the reading. There's also a link in the description box and in the comments below. So tell us about this relationship. Something is being protected in this relationship. So we could be talking about a relationship here that wasn't, where people weren't, where you or them or both of you weren't actually available for the relationship, having to take a step back from it to protect each other or one person from other stuff that's going on. A vision as well. So both of you, I'm getting strongly here that both of you had a vision for this relationship. So both of you might have been dreaming about each other or had some kind of a spiritual vision about each other. You could be connecting in the 5D level as well with each other, sharing dreams, that kind of thing. Very strong connection between you. But there's that element of protection. So you're being protected from something that's going on in their lives, or from them because they're not available yet, or something like that. Let's get one of these out as well. There's a protection card again. So there's definite something about their feelings. They might not be communicating their feelings because they're trying to protect you from something, and empathy, but the feeling for you. Very interesting energies. Let's find out all about that. So, in the past, what was going on? How were they feeling about you in the past? Let's find out. Crystals. How was Crystal's person feeling about them in the past? What's Crystal's person feeling about them in the past? Perhaps when they met, or some specific point in the past on their journey. Queen of Wands is so beautiful. I was I just got the vision of someone completely mesmerized, like eyes wide open, just completely beguiled by you, your beauty, and just the vision of you, seeing you, just absolutely bowled over by your beauty and your energy. You know, it doesn't just have to be about looks. This is about energy. Them just being speechless, wide-eyed, unable to function properly. It's the kind of thing. So they're just like beauty, just like astounded by your beauty. How were they feeling about you in the past? The Emperor and the Ten of Swords. So they were feeling like being the Emperor, the Divine Masculine, coming in and taking charge of this. But Ten of Swords, painful ending first. They've got to take charge of that painful ending first. Maybe an ending that's been going on in their lives for some time. I did feel like it was something like this. It would be about something that has been trying to end in their life for some time, but it's painful, it's difficult. But they're knowing that they need to take charge of that. They need to step up and take control. Now, if you are the masculine, you're watching this about a feminine, how she's feeling about you, then they were feeling like you're the Emperor, in control kind of thing. I don't think it's that way around now. I think it's the other way around. I think the divine masculine needs to step up and actually be divine and have some kind of a painful ending now. And so the feelings here are the, damn, I'm really going to have to sort my life out now, aren't I? That kind of thing. So Queen of Wands, absolutely bedazzled by your beauty. In awe of your beauty, just really affected at a cellular level by your beauty. I can't stress strongly enough. The vision that I just got there, they were just like incapacitated by your beauty. Really affected them big time. Tell us about this beauty that is crystals, muse of inspiration. So a lot of lust there and passion and wanting to claim you. The Five of Inspiration, but kind of are needing to see things differently and hold themselves back and practice toward it. They know that they've got stuff to do first, but there was that desire to claim you. You're mine. Crystals, you're mine, and I've got to get ready first. Stopping themselves there. So, complete battle within themselves. Going on there, and what's behind that is sacred space, and so they're honoring your space, and they gave you space because of that. So you might have noticed that King of Wands energy about them that can be very lustful. It can be the one that comes in as you're mine, you know, that kind of thing. So extremely strong attraction going on here, but then they're also pulling back too, seeing things from a different perspective, having to take a step back to do some things first. They know that they need to do that. There's an ending that they're going through, and it feels to me like they're trying to go through it for a long time, but it's very painful. And so without a specific need to go through it, a specific reason to push it, then they haven't been doing it. So here they are, feeling like they really need to step up now. You've given them a good reason to go through that painful ending. They're changing their mind about it because of this happiness. Look at all the brightness there. Because of this happiness, ultimate happiness, they're in a child being happy. So they're changing their mind. This is someone who was putting up with that painful stuff. They tried to end it before, but it's complicated is what I'm hearing. And they couldn't see a light at the end of the tunnel. They couldn't see happiness beyond that. They could just see the pain, and there wasn't a good reason, because then there would have been emptiness beyond it. So they had no good reason, not a really specific good reason to get to the other side of this painful ending to actually propel them. And now they've met you, it feels like this happened around your meeting, and they see a happily ever after with you. And so it's changed their mind about that. Now they're more willing to go through that painful ending because there's a reason to now. They can see a happiness at the end as the end result. So you've really caused a lot of turmoil for this person just by existing and being beautiful. Ancient wisdom is behind that, right? There's got to be a good reason for us to do things, otherwise we're not going to do it. Yeah, there's got to be a good reason. Otherwise, we're not going to do it, because why would you put yourself through some pain if you're not going to get some gain at the end of it? You won't. They've not had a good reason to until now, to go through this painful ending. So, what else? Both of them. So, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it's only being in true. For it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others, right? And so, very much in turmoil. They felt very much in turmoil because it appears to me that they were making decisions based out of guilt before, of staying in something that was painful for them, yes, but no good reason to get out of it, and a bit of guilt involved in it as well, and whatever it is. So I keep on getting that they needed a better reason to end this painful thing and be free of it. Freedom, there's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. The person very much conflicted. So when you first met them, I think you would have, let me know in the comments below, but I think you would have felt this confliction in between them. That extreme attraction. An empathic connection as well. So there is a spiritual connection between you. Dreaming the same dreams, but them giving the space to you and honouring and respecting you there. Yeah, person in conflict here. It seems to me like you came into this person's life at the right time to give them, to dangle that carrot in front of the nose, to get them to do this painful ending. It's not for you, but it kind of is too, but it isn't. I mean, you haven't instigated this. You've just given them a good reason to do it. It's already instigated. I'm getting clearly that was already instigated, and they just needed to take control of it and actually go, no, this is actually happening. You know, so it could be a divorce. It very well could be a divorce situation here, and they weren't doing it because of the kids. And anyway, they had no reason not to be married, really, because there was no one else around that they particularly wanted to commit to, but they weren't happy in the relationship, but they were still putting up with it, you know, out of guilt. It's like, no, I might as well just carry on being around for them, because I can put up with this for the sake of the children or whatever. You come along, and they're like, now there's a good reason. There's a good reason to actually complete what I knew was inevitable anyway. Taking a breather there. They're not being fast about it. Taking a breather, taking the time. Because of the emotions involved there, last quarter moon in Cancer, so taking the time to do that though. There's no good reason for them not to be free, apart from guilt. They've got a lot of emotional turmoil stuff going on in the background, your person, or they did have in this point in the past when you met them. There was a spark there though. Very strong spark between you, a lot of lust. Yeah, a lot of that. Just, you should have seen the fire that I saw in their eyes. I just got this vision of them with wide-eyed and just, you know, like if someone really likes you, their pupils will go really wide. That. Just like an instant recognition of the attraction. But caution, them being caution, and it's about themselves. It's not a caution about you, it's a caution about themselves. Right now, I'm not in a very good position to offer anything at the moment, so, but they want this. What else? Tenderness. Oh, there's a sweetness. They felt this sweetness towards you. That could be that protection thing as well. So they're protecting you from whatever this painful thing is. We've got a divine masculine energy here, is what it feels like. Protecting you, not just acting on their lust and stuff like that. They like commitment, this person, they want commitment, so that is what they're looking for. Very committed person here, maybe a little bit too committed because they've stayed in some commitment that they've had from the past there. A little bit too long is what it feels like, although it's probably divine timing. Probably now or whenever this was divine timing. Did they get out of it? Did they have that painful ending? Well, we'll find out shortly. Tell us more about the feelings, for their past feelings for crystals. Past feelings for crystals. Choose love. Oh, choose love. So they want to choose love. They wanted to choose love. You always have a choice. They've known that. They've known that they've always had a choice, but a lot of confliction in that choice because love was involved in the past thing as well. It's just different kinds of love, isn't it? Now they see the sun, or back then, in this past time, they were changing their mind because they could see ultimate happiness with you, the sun. That's choosing love, right? Choosing love for themselves. I think maybe they were choosing love for their ex-partner or the children or something like that before, or what has been built up, what they're committed to before, which isn't exactly the same thing, is it? Lots of different levels of love, and we could talk about love as in just giving to other people, sacrificing ourselves to give to other people, but that's not really love if it's not balanced, if we're not a part of that. It feels like they've decided to, or they were deciding to choose love for themselves. Yeah, it feels like they might have closed the heart down in the past and just been putting up with a painful situation that they were in, kind of numbing out their heart and not choosing love for themselves. And they deserve love too, so you've kind of switched them onto that. How are they feeling about you now? Let's find out. How about now? How are they feeling now? Present day situation. Any conflict. 5 of Swords. Oh no, they're in a conflict still. Chaos, confusion, conflict. Oh, what a headache. Oh, 10 of Wands. I've got all these burdens. I've got all these responsibilities and I don't know what to do. I don't know how to put them down. I don't know how to let go of all of this stuff. The person's got responsibilities and they're still in it and they're still struggling of how to let that go. They've got good reason to now, but they're still struggling with letting it go. Responsibilities, roles that they've taken off, not knowing how to make that decision or whether... No, they know whether to make the decision. Feels to me like they're trying to do it without the pain. It's like they're trying to avoid that 10 of Swords. Go straight to the sun for everyone. Don't want anyone to be hurt in this. Probably got a people pleaser on your hands here. 5 of Swords, so there's a lot of internal conflict there going on still. Page of Materials, they're wanting to offer something, but it's just so little at the moment, so they're not coming forward is what I'm feeling. They feel like they want to offer you something, but feeling like a page, like just so little that they can offer you yet. So holding back is what it feels like. So confused, they want everything. I just saw the image, Men in Black, those zapper things that erase the memory, erase the past kind of thing. It's that wanting it all to go away so that they don't have to do it themselves. They don't want to hurt people. Very conflicted still. There's actually blood on the ground there as well. See, he's got his hands up there. He's stood on some ice and there's blood there as well. Putting his hands up in the air like, what can I do? They could be getting very kind of spiritual with it at the moment as well. Pleading with the universe. What can I do? Show me the way. What can I do? Hard. Slow but steady. Making progress. Okay. So this seems like really similar energy, although there was all the excitement and all of that there. And a knowing and a purposeful direction in the past, feeling, okay, I'll do something about this. Fired up about it. And now it's like, oh, this is really hard. This is really hard. Slow but steady, wanting to give you that offer, but wanting it to be bigger than that. See, that was the Emperor. They knew that they had to step up and be the Emperor, not a page. So much conflict. It feels to me like they want to offer you something now, but they can't because it's just so puny. It would be such a small offer that they just can't do it to you. So 2 of Swords. Unable to make a decision, really struggling with that decision of putting those burdens down. Still in that situation. They haven't done the painful ending yet. Painful ending, there it is again. And the 3 of Inspiration, that path out of it. They're waiting for something. They're waiting for something. The path out of it. They're waiting for, I don't know, the divorce to come through or something like that. They're waiting for some external source. It feels like they've taken action on it. Don't get me wrong, they're not just waiting for someone else to do it. They're taking action on it. But they're waiting for a particular thing. It's going to be painful. There's more pain involved. The person's in a lot of pain. And they know that there's more to come to be even free of this stuff. Okay, what's behind this? What's behind the way? Duality. Pulled in two directions. Pulled in two directions. Your person could be flip-flopping their mind, changing the mind, going, you know what, I'm not going to do it. And then they see you, or think about you, or have a dream about you, and they're like, I have to do it. Or the heart, you know, the heart calls to them. How they're feeling about crystals right now. How they're feeling about crystals right now. The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. Ooh, they're feeling like they're almost there. Yeah, very conflicted, right? Because they've got that optimism. This is saying that they've got that optimism. New path ahead. There's a glimmer of hope. They do see the light at the end of the tunnel then. Sometimes. And sometimes they're like, oh, I can't do this. I can't make that decision to hurt people. It's going to hurt me too. It's going to hurt everybody. It might even hurt you. Remember, they're protecting you from it. Two messages of protection there. So they're being real about it. That might not be a good thing. Being very down to earth about it. Being real. Know you are loved. They do love you. They also know that you love them as well. You've got this 5D connection between you. They're being real about it. They're being very down to earth about it. They're being very practical about it. So they could get caught up in the romance of it from time to time, and then they're brought back down to earth, like, oh, I can't do this yet, I can't do it. Swept up in the emotion of it all, but bring themselves back down to earth with a thud. How else are they feeling about crystals right now? Passion. Still want you. They still want you. They're still feeling like you're the most beautiful thing ever, and passionate about you. Passionate about this new beginning as well. It feels to me like it's developed into a more mature kind of a, we could have this dream. We could have this new beginning together. This commitment together as well. The scene that it could be real sweet. But the chemistry is there. So the passion and the chemistry is there for sure. There's no lack of that. But they're being controlled by these circumstances at the moment, or by an ex or something like that. It's got control of them at the moment. They can't. There's just some kind of responsibility that they've got that they cannot get out of yet, but they're wanting to. How else are they feeling about crystals? They're scared. Bad attitude. They're scared that you're going to throw them away, that you're just going to be like, too late, mate. Yeah, they're afraid that you're going to have a bad attitude. So I don't know how long this has been. How long has it been for you since you first met this person? Still waiting on them? Maybe you're kind of given up on them, but they're really worried about that. Maybe you have had a bad attitude with them. You're sick of waiting, kind of thing. And infidelity. They're scared. They're scared of this, that you've got someone else. They're already committed to you. This person's already committed to you in their heart. They've already chosen you. And they're scared that you're with someone else there. It feels like infidelity to them if you were to be, because they've already committed to you. Your heart is already theirs. Tell us more about how they feel about crystals. They call you shells then. Actions speak loudly, and this is what they want to do. They don't want to just romance you. They don't want to just tell you how they feel. They haven't told you the feelings yet. Actions speak loudly, and they know that, and they know they need to put up or shut up. They can't just tell you. They want to express the love through the action. So I expect this person to come in. Listen with your heart, it says. You're listening, but need to hear with a loving heart. So you might not like, they're very aware that you might not like what they have to tell you when they do come in, but they hope that your heart is open to them. The person's going to take a chance on you, but it's a long time in coming is what it feels like. Very slow progress toward this. So there you go. If that sounds like it is your story, or could be your story, crystals, then you might want to get that deeper dive for the future part of this. I'm just going to do the same thing again, but for the future. How are they going to feel about you at a certain point in time? Maybe when they do come in and express those things to you. Let's find out. Or come in with some kind of a big offer. We will see. in that deeper dive. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link in the description box and in the comment below. You need to get your email address right. Type it in very carefully, otherwise you're not going to receive it. Now, the email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder if you're on Gmail. So do check in those places. In that email, you'll see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on the crystal on a device where you can open PDFs. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. When you click on that, if it doesn't take you straight away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment, even if it's just to say hey, because then YouTube will show more people my videos and you can really help me out by getting my stuff out there. Click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there to hear more from me. I do 3 of these Love Picker card reads a week. If you've got any ideas of what you want me to do them on, let me know in the comments below as well. Click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there to hear my other stuff as well, which is a daily energy update for the collective. And I'd also go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show, where I give mini reads as well for donations. So if you've got a question for your higher self or you want guidance for a particular relationship in your life, specific to you, come along in there. You can ask those questions for donations. I'll pull cards out for you and give you an answer. Find the next show on my YouTube channel. By clicking on the Be Healing thing down there, you'll see the show laying in wait for the next one. See when it is in your time zone. Click on the set a reminder button on there as well to come along live. Would love to see you in there and give you a mini read. So there you go again. If this is where you're leaving me, good luck. Thank you again for watching. And if you're coming with me to the deeper dive, then I'll see you in there very shortly. If you chose the flower, then this one's for you. Flowers, let's find out how your person's feeling about you. Let's find out how they felt about you at some significant point in the past. Maybe when you met, or maybe just some other significant time that you've had in your evolution together. How they're feeling about you now. And if you find that that is your story, you might want to get the extended reading to go into how they're going to feel about you at some specific important point in the future as well. So if you're interested in that deeper dive, then toward the end of the reading, you'll see a link. I'll pop a link for it up there, and there'll be a link in the description box and in the comments below as well. So let's find generally about this relationship for you flowers first. We'll get some general cards out, and then I'll go into how they felt about you. Tell us about flowers' relationship. Sharing your wisdom. You've learned a lot in life, both of you. 2 of you could be older and wiser than the usual time frame that couples get together. So you might be a mature couple here and have learned a lot in your lives, and you've got a lot to share with each other, a lot of stories to share with each other, but there's also wisdom there too, so helping each other out with that wisdom and what you've been through. Could be a lot of mutual kind of wisdom to share with each other. Warriors, huh? They'll fight for you, literally. Maybe you'll fight for them, literally too. Get some of these out, or one of these out, and let's see how many they want to go out. Tell us more about this union. 1. Oh, got to change the camera angle, sorry. There you go, now you can see them. Reflect. Peer into the endless ocean and see what peers back. See reflection of each other. Similar experiences, but not exactly the same. And you've learned a lot, both of you, and you've got a lot of wisdom because of it. And sharing that together just feels like a very gentle, mature, easy kind of relationship. Not much drama or anything like that. Too mature for that. A lot of conversations in it about just what you've learned from life, you know. It's nice. I like it. So how did they feel about you in the past? Some specific point in the past that is important to your journeys, maybe when you met. Well, let's see. Knight of Wands, there you were. They were very attracted to you, lustful kind of thing, and yeah, wanting to give you a love offer there, or a lust offer. You could have met while you were partying or something like that, as some kind of a celebration, and they really liked your energy, really like your fun, vibing kind of an energy. Yeah, and the Hermit and Judgment as well. Wow. But then you saw this side of you that's like a hermit, like gain that wisdom, you're your own person, and you are steady, alone kind of thing. seeing you as like single but happy and kind of grounded in that, content in yourself. Judgment. The see you has been very clear, making really good decisions for yourself, being a good judge of character, a lot of wisdom, seeing that in you. So very noticing you, a lot about you deeply, as well as seeing this light side of you as well, this fun side of you, and they're just loving that combination of all of those things that you've got, all of it. They're like, wow, I've hit jackpot here. Flowers is everything. Fun and that depth and making good decisions and independent and content in themselves and wise and wow. Flowers. Amazing. Why the Knight of Wands? When did you meet them? Let me know in the comments below. Was it at a party? Kind of feels like that, or some kind of a celebration, because they saw that fun side of you. Found it very attractive. Page of Emotions. A youthful heart. A youthful heart. Yeah, the heart of a child. Oh. We're talking about twin flames here. Because I've got this feeling like you ignited, that fun part of you ignited there, or woke up their inner child. And they were feeling this, their young, vibrant heart again. You made them feel young again. Yes, you made them feel young again with that fun energy that you've got. So if, like me, I've grown up, even though I'm about to turn 51, I am grown up and I'm wise, but I'm not really grown up as well. It's a nice mix. I like this mix. If you're like that too, they responded to that. They're the same mirror reflections, you see. You see, they might not have met anyone like them before, and there you are showing up just like them. They're like, wow. Because you've got this maturity, but you haven't lost that vibrant, youthy kind of thing. Nice. Growth. A lot of self-growth. They're only recognizing all of this stuff in you because they've got this in themselves. This is someone that's done some work on themselves too. Because they wouldn't be this mix. They'd either be kind of boring and seeing you as all these mature kind of things, or they'd just see you as being fun and be attracted to you. But they're seeing each side of you, and so that's someone that's done the work themselves to recognize it. We only recognize the things that we've got inside of ourselves. Why the Hermit in Judgment? They're impressed by you. Oh, the Devil. Right. They recognize how you've got to that point, that hermit point, that making good decisions for yourself. They realize it's because of the trauma that you've been through, the hard things that you've been through. They recognize that. You know why? Because they've been through that stuff themselves as well. They know what it takes for someone to get to the point that you're at now. And they know that it's not good stuff. It's through a lot of challenges. It's through a lot of fear. It's through addictions. It's just that gnarly path to it. They know that you've been there too. They've been there as well. They're seeing you as this rich, experienced being that is a match to them. They're recognizing all those aspects, and maybe they feel misunderstood by a lot of people. A lot of people could be judging them just as a Knight of Wands, just as a player, or just as really serious. And they know they're not that. They know this richness of being because of everything that they've been through. And they're probably sick of being judged like that as well. And then they've met you. And they're like, you're my equal. You're that one that has that beautiful mix as well. You're just like me. Not exactly the same, just in the really important ways. You're just like them. They honor you for that. They honor you for that. Like, really a lot of respect, massive respect for you because of that. Which is great, because it shows that they've got a lot of self-respect because of what they've been through too. This is someone who's doing self-love. Perfect. I mean, I'm saying perfect because you don't want to be in a relationship with someone that isn't doing that. If you're doing that, you want to be in a relationship with someone that's doing that too. enough of wasting our time with the rest. I realized in the last few days, my whole life I've been settling for relationships, just to be in relationship, but settling for less than I deserved, and I will not do it anymore. I will not do it anymore. And what a drag to settle for less than you deserve in relationships, just to be with somebody. Nah, not worth it. I'd rather be by myself. And I think that's what they're saying about you. You'd rather be by yourself, making good choices. And why are you like that? Because of all the crap that you've been through, and they know it. How else would they feel about you? When it comes to matters of the heart, there's no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. They see you as wise. They see you as having a very full life, a very mixed life, and they can see that that's why you are who you are. And even though they don't know the details, they won't have known the details of what you went through. They know what creates somebody like you. And it's not easy. And this is someone who will be totally accepting of your past, because they know what it takes to get there. This isn't someone going to judge you on, they're not going to hear your stories and go, oh, that's terrible, you shocking person. They're not going, they're going to nod their head and go, I expected you would have had a life somewhat like that, or experienced a relationship something like that. And this person's got wisdom. That's why you're going to share your wisdom with each other, sharing your wisdom. And they'll fight for you too. Wow. Your reflection of each other, beautiful. What else? How else did they feel about flowers? Oh. Cool your emotions. So if you're feeling very relaxed and calm around you, safe and secure with you, you've got this calmness. Again, it's like I was getting from that hermit. They see that about you. You've got that wisdom, that calm. It's a full moon in Aries too, which is a bit of a fiery, passionate kind of an energy, a warrior kind of an energy. It's also that making good decisions for yourself as well, that judgment kind of thing. So you might see you as fiery sometimes when it needs to be, but not always tapping in on that energy when it's not required. And what I mean by that is they could have seen you in a situation where some people just fly off the handle, people that will complain at all kinds of things and get fiery for no reason, get fiery about nothing that anyone can do about, and get fiery about something that no one in particular did, and it's just misplaced energy. So they might have seen you in a situation like that where you calmed things down, or you just didn't react like that, and they loved it. They loved that about you. This person has seen you very clearly, very deeply. Very observant. Could be a quiet kind of a person that, observes. How else did they feel about flowers? Memories. You remind them of someone, themselves, the past self. Yeah, their inner child. And fun. Yeah. The fun, you bring that fun out of them again. You spark them back into life again. Wow. You light them up. You really light them up. Okay, they've got letting go as well. So maybe they got something to let go of in their lives, or did back then. No, they see you as letting go, of having to let go of a lot of things, or letting go of someone or something. They could have seen you letting go of someone or something, or seen that you've let go of a lot of things in your life to be free. And lack of self-worth and giving. They want to give to you, but they're not kind of feeling that worthy of you. Wondering what they can give to you as a gift. Like what? Okay, this is because they're viewing you as someone who is just content in themselves, wanting for nothing. What can you give the person that's got everything? No, yeah, it's not that you've got everything. It's that they see you as being content with everything that you've got. So what can you gift someone like that? That's what they're asking themselves. And this lack of self-worth, it's a feeling of What can I offer someone who is so content with themselves, that's worthy of them? What do I have? They're not seeing, or they didn't yet see what they had. I mean, for you, it's probably just to have a companion on that journey, right? You don't have to need something from them or have to receive something from them. Just have a companion who's a reflection of you on the journey, just to be happy alongside, is enough. But for some reason, they've got a lack of self-worth around that. So they think that they need to prove themselves or give you a gift or offer you something. They're not feeling as worthy of just being that and being next to you, hanging out with you kind of thing. That's enough, right? They're not feeling that, or they weren't feeling that before anyway. How else were they feeling about your flowers? Love makes the difference. Love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth. This love is making a difference to them. It's helping them own that self-worth. Honesty is essential. And so they're like that. You've got morals and integrity and honesty, and they know they have that with you too. I mean, they know that they have to be that with you too. Act as if your partner's here. So they already believe that you're partners, like you're destined for each other. So how are they feeling about you now? That was all the past. Probably when you met or around that time. How are they feeling about you now? Wounded warrior. Feeling like you're guarded, not opening up. Got your barriers up. You're wary of them. Right, what is it you want? Look at the face there. What is it you want? How else are they feeling about flowers now? Victory. Excellent. So yeah, they see a victory in this relationship. They see this as being the relationship for them, a victory, a victorious relationship. Happiness coming from it. But there's this wariness first. Hang on. 9 of Wands. Tell us about this wounded warrior. Oh. 3 of Emotions. Someone's cheated on you before. Someone did the wrong thing by you. You're wary of that. You're wary of them because you're not sure if they're with someone else. This is how they see you, by the way. They see you as being wary of them because you might think, they're just projecting this on you. You might think that they're with someone else. You might imagine that they're with someone else. So they see you as having a hang-up, and maybe this is their hang-up or the people that they've been with. Always being jealous or something like that, and always going like, you with someone else, or you've seen someone else, something like that. There's a third party kind of an element here, but this is a wariness of that. So I don't know, maybe they're aware of your past and that you've been cheated on or something like that, and they seem to have that in their awareness that they've got to kind of prove themselves that they are just with you, that they are yours and yours alone. I've got this feeling, you know, that lack of self-worth that was coming up. I've got a feeling that they just need to prove to you that they're committed to you and that there's no one else. Now, why would they need to do that? Because there must be something there where they haven't been there. Must be someone else in the picture, or there was someone else in the picture, or they had that behavior before. I don't know, maybe they were just kind of sleeping around or dating a lot or something like that before, or maybe they've got a lot of exes around them, and because I'm feeling the need from them to prove that nothing is going on, to show you that nothing is going on with anyone else too. You know, that honesty is essential, that they said there. Because you're wary of that. They know. You're not a fool. You're wary of them. Movement into balance. So they've got to clean up on aisle 3. They've got to do some cleaning up in their lives. I think your person might have had some casual relationships and still friends with those people. And there might not be anything going on at the moment, but they're still around them. And I think that they need to sort that out, or they're wanting to sort it out, or have some boundaries around that, solid boundaries, so that they can kind of prove to you that it's you and it's only you. Might be hearing from other people that they're a player or something like that, because other people could be aware of and think it's still ongoing, that they're seeing someone else. This could be someone who is kind of best friends with their ex, and no one ever believes them, that they're not together. Or they could have a best friend who is of the opposite sex, or whatever sex it is that they're attracted to, and no one ever believes that they're not with them. So it's just something like that. There's a muddiness about it. I don't feel like anything is going on. I feel like that they've only got eyes for you, but it's complicated is what it feels like, and they want to prove that to you. So something needs to move into balance, clean up on L3. Six of Wands, see a victory with you. They want a victory with you. Ace of Voices, because they want this truthful start with you. They want to lay it all out on the table. They want to tell you who they are and what they want, and they want to 100% honest with you and start this off. They do see a victory with you. Something needs to end first. They're negotiating that at the moment, wondering how to clean it up. Because if it is a best friend or something, it is just other people's opinions of thinking that they're with someone else. That's going to be tricky, right? Because that's got to be, what do? Do you pander to other people's opinions, even though it's not even true? Or do you do that anyway because your feelings are valid, and it'll hurt you if everyone is thinking, oh, but she's with him and he's still hanging out with his ex there, what's going on there, which will hurt you. So there does seem to be some kind of a balance that needs to be had, some negotiation, some kind of boundaries. They need to come up with those boundaries, is what it is, to be clean cut with you and honest with you. Yeah. How else are they feeling about you right now? Passion. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. So they're very passionate about you, wanting to come together with you there, and only time will tell. So they're not 100% sure about this. They say that they could have victory with you, yes, and they want that, and they want to do the best that they can for that. They're also seeing you as very discerning and making good choices, so they're a little bit scared to come in until they're completely ready. It's not that they're not ready, it's a completely clean cut, so that you, with no red flags are waving on them anymore, so that you're more likely to say yes to them. Only time will tell, but they don't think that you're a sure thing. They know that you're going to be hard to win over because of all of this energy that they've seen you as. They know that they've got to prove themselves to you. They know that they've got to prove themselves to you. So we're talking about here someone who is really fine-tuning themselves and their lives and sorting stuff out so that they impress you. And practice gratitude. So they're trying to clean up the vibration as well. Wow. Person's putting a lot of inner work in at the moment to feel good enough for you. How else are they feeling about you at the moment? Balance and rejection. Terrified that you're going to reject them. So having to find that balance, like I said, it's exactly what I've said already. Having to find that balance in their life for it to be squeaky clean in a way so that you don't reject them is what they're doing right now. I'm not saying that there's anything in particular in their life that's bad. They just don't want to get this wrong because they see this and they want to be so truthful with you to have this new start. They don't want to have to hold anything back from you, and they don't want any fuzzy areas at all. They want to be straight up with you. They think that you deserve that. What else? Truth. There you go. Truth. They want to tell you the truth. They want to be able to tell you the truth. All of it. So they want things to be sorted out and be clean cut. If there's a fuzzy area around an ex where they haven't really disgust about that they're not actually seeing each other anymore, you know, if that's been an on and off kind of a thing and they've been friends and friends with benefits kind of thing. They want to make that really clean cut so that they don't hold anything back from you. Truth. Lust. You've got a passionate person here, so they feel a lot of passion for you. They could have a strong libido as well. They could have a bad reputation because of that too. Okay, so they're lusty about you. How else are they feeling about you right now? The union of hearts. They want to come together with you. They recognize that you're twin flamed, your soulmates. They recognize that you've grown like side by side. You've grown along similar paths. You're just so similar to each other, and they want to come together with you now. I love connection defies explanation. There's something so unique about both of you, and they really want this. Really want this. Okay, so if that sounds like it is your story, it could be your story, flowers, then you might want to get that deeper dive, the extended reading. I'm just going to do the same thing again, but I'm going to do it for the future. So if you're interested in that, how are they going to feel about you in the future, at an important point in the future? I'll also get a timing out for that as well. We could be talking about when they come in, once they've got this stuff sorted out, and once they come in, we'll see. Anyway, some important point in the future. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link in the description box and in the comments as well. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant watch kind of a thing. Type your email address in very carefully, because you're not going to receive it if you don't. And the email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder if you're on Gmail. Check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that flower on a device where you can open PDFs. In that PDF, you will see, amongst other things, a picture of a video. When you click on that picture of a video, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, then just try it on a different device and it will. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. Love hearing from you guys, and it really helps my YouTube channel. In fact, it's the only thing that does help my YouTube channel. And so just take a few moments out of your time. I spend hours every week making these videos. Just a few moments for you to click that like and leave a comment, even if it's just saying hi. Hey. And really helps me out, so thank you for doing that. Click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there as well to hear more from me. I make 3 of these Love Picker card reads a week. If you've got some ideas of what you'd like me to make them on, let me know in the comments below. And click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there to hear my other stuff too, which is a daily energy update for the collective every single day of the year. And I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show where I give mini reads for donations. So come along in there sometime. You can find the next show by clicking on my Facebook page. No, not Facebook page. Facebook just sent me an email, that's why I said Facebook. My YouTube channel by clicking on the Be Healing thing down there. You'll see the next show laying in wait, so you can see when it is in your time zone. You can click on set a reminder there to come along live. Would love to see you in there. So there you go. If this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. Thanks again for watching. And if you're coming with me to the deeper dive, I'll see you in there very shortly. If you chose the shell, then this one's for you. Let's find out how your person feels about you, how they felt about you in the past at some significant point in the past, shells, and maybe when you met or some other significant point in your journey together, and how they feel about you now. And if it sounds like it is your story, it could be your story, you might want to get the future part of it, which will be in an extended reading in the deeper dive there. If you are interested in the future part of it, then I'll be popping a link for it up there. Toward the end of this reading, and there's also a link in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get some general cards out about this connection. First of all, get some background on it. To dance with joy. Okay, you make each other extremely happy, feeling really good. I love it. You might have met at some kind of a dance club. A dance. I don't know. Who says that now? A dance. That's what my grandparents would say. I'm at a dance. Nature and imagination. Oh, so you get all in your heads about each other and imagining what it's going to be like with them. A lot of fantasy going on about this union. Oh, it could be dangerous. Might be falling in love with the fantasy of each other. Direction. Trust your inner compass and find your bearings, says direction. So you seem to be in the right direction for each other, better than you've had before, better than your last partner kind of thing, headed in the right direction. Okay. So, some point in the past, some significant point in the past, how did they feel about shells? Three of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. Communication. So, this point in the past was when there was some important communication, a time of important communication between you. So, it could have been if you guys might have been in and out of relationship with each other. This point could have been a breakup, or it could have been a makeup. Probably a makeup, because Three of Pentacles is about planning together. It's about deciding, communicating with each other, deciding how you're going to be together, where you're going to be together, that kind of thing. Coming into each other's lives. Shall I come and visit you? Will you come and visit me? That kind of thing. So we're talking about that. A definite want to plan with you. Wanting... So there's a feeling here that they want to be with you, that they want to see you, they want to develop this, they want to go down this path with you. You might have met at a dance or some kind of a celebration where there was little communication in there. You keep in touch with each other, maybe online or something like that, and the communication amped up at this point, where they were kind of pushing it. When will we see each other? Can we plan this now? Wanting to bring it down to earth then. And you might have been ambiguous about it. So this is about the feelings about you. They might have felt that you were not wanting to move forward on it, not wanting to make plans, not wanting to make something concrete. You might have gone, oh yeah, that'd be nice, and then change the conversation. But they're wanting to kind of lock you down to that. So there's a definite I want to see shells feeling here, and communicating that to you. I'm also feeling frustration about that you weren't listening, or you weren't responding in the way that they wanted you to respond to that. What else? Nine of Swords. Ouch. So yeah, anxious about that. Anxious, like, come on, let's talk about this. Can we talk about this now? Why don't you want to talk about it? It's that kind of thing. Why don't you want to talk about that? So there's some frustration with you here in the past. At some point in your previous journey where they wanted to see you, they wanted to make plans there, and you were fuzzy about it. You weren't locking anything in. I don't know why. Tell me why in the comments. Eight of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. What is all this about? The Chariot and the Nine of Voices. Yeah, they're like they wanted to see you fast. It's like, well, how about next weekend? And you were like, well, I'll be busy next weekend. I don't know. I'll let you know. And just being ambiguous about it like that, and it's driving them crazy. They wanted to take swift action on this. Now, we could be talking about a point where they kind of gave up, and because of this frustration, they gave up and pulled away. That could have been what happened. So if you had a conversation like this with your person, and you're kind of recognizing, oh yeah, maybe I was a bit fluffy about it, and they might have been really frustrated with me, and they pulled away after that. And I've been watching readings, wondering why they pulled away. But I can see now how they might have taken my reactions to that conversation as being, I don't care about seeing you, or something like that. So it feels like to me like they were being they thought that they were communicating it, their sense of urgency. It's not a sense of urgency, it's just a desire to get it planned and get it sorted, Forgiveness and anger made them angry. I think they're pulled away at this point. And you won't have realised that it was about this. You might have just been distracted by something else, and you weren't recognising that their wanting to talk about it was because they really wanted to see you. They might not have been communicating themselves clearly in that way, that they really, they might have not have said, hey, this is important to me, I really want to see you. They might not have said that. They might have just said, can we make some plans about this? And when you didn't pick up on it, because you're not a mind reader, you didn't pick up on it, maybe you are a mind reader, but you didn't pick that up on them. Yeah, we've got a lot of anxiety here. Told you. So they walked away. That's why they walked away. I can feel it. I can feel the desperation in this energy of so frustrated with you. They wanted to see you. Like, really frustrated. They were really frustrated with you, and they walked away. They thought it was never going to happen. So they gave up. They gave up because they need to preserve their sanity. Self-love. Yeah, because they need to preserve their sanity. I get it. I totally understand this. I totally understand where they were at, right? This isn't when you met. This is at some point just before they pulled away from you. This is how they were feeling. So frustrated with you. Romance though. A lot of feeling for you, feeling romantic about you. They wanted to be with you, like really, they wanted to be with you and romance you, and they might not have communicated it that way, but that's what they wanted. And they took it as a rejection. You're not realizing that desire of theirs. They took it as a rejection. Hurt them, it impacted them. But I am getting stronger with it. They weren't communicating it right. But all of the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Voices is there. I am not picking up in the energies that they were actually communicating it directly, like you need to in that kind of a situation, because we can't expect our partners to guess that it's important to us. We need to explain. When we see that the other person isn't getting it, we need to say, I need you to know that this is really important to me. I'm feeling this need to be with you. You know, we need to explain how we're feeling like that so the other person knows. And of course, if your partner said that kind of thing to you, then you totally get it. But we can't guess how someone's feeling like that. And I really feel like you didn't guess how they were feeling. Breakdown in communication. Communication is so important in relationships, and it feels like you guys have got distance between you, and that makes it all the harder. Because if this is done on the phone, through text messages, it's not the same. If they were with you in person, you would have felt it from them. You would have, or the body language, or they would have been coming in and holding you close, and that romance would have been evident, right? Their energy behind it. But it feels to me like you're at a distance and they weren't explaining with their words. Then this person needs to use their words more. You probably both do. Trust all will be well. So they let go. Trusting that all will be well. They weren't throwing this away. They weren't like, well, that's it then. I never want to see. They don't go from all on to all off. Shells. They pulled away, yes, but it wasn't a pulling away for good. They didn't throw you under bus. They didn't say, that's it! Never want to see shells again. It wasn't that. They just pulled away because they were just so hurt that you didn't guess. Damn, I hate it when people do that. When they get upset that you don't guess and then say things like, you should have known. Should have known how I felt. No, you need to explain yourself. We don't know how you feel. We haven't been through the experiences that you've been through. We don't know how you feel. You need to explain it. Sometimes we might know how you feel, but we're not you. We don't have that same lens that you look through and feel through, because we haven't had exactly the same experiences. And although we've got empathy, we can't guess. We can't guess why you're upset. You need to tell us. Anyway. They were flirty, so they thought. Flirty with you. And maybe that's why you didn't pick up on it, because you thought it was just a bit of fun flirting. Yeah, maybe you thought that they were just on about a booty call kind of thing, and it might have been fun flirting, and you were like, well, they just want to have like some kind of a tryst for the weekend with me or something like that. It's not that important. Meanwhile, they were like fully being romantic about it and heartbroken, crestfallen because you weren't taking it at that level. How else did they feel? Communication. I thought this is funny. Sorry to laugh, because this is devastating what you've been through. They pulled away from you, but communication. They thought they were communicating it clearly, so they would have like put their foot down and go, I did. So it was clear, but it wasn't. That's the thing. It wasn't. It wasn't. They thought they communicated it. Uh-oh. So independence, they pulled away, right? So then they're like, well, now I'm going to kick the boat from the shore so you can't even come here. Yeah. Oh, you want to see me now? No, I'm sorry, I'm busy. So you might have got in touch with them and said something like that and they cut you off completely. Right, gone into independent mode. No, don't want to see you anymore. Kind of an energy. Angry. Old wounds. There you go. This is what it's about. Old wounds. You poked an old wound that they got. Some when they were abandoned or something like that, or someone that didn't meet their needs when they expressed them, when they actually expressed them and communicated them. You've poked that wound. They thought they had expressed it to you. They hadn't, but it reminded them that time, that when that relationship that they were in, or even a family dynamic where they didn't get their needs met. They felt ignored. They felt abandoned. Your person has abandonment issues, neglect issues maybe. They're the wounds, so yeah, they're fast to snap and push you away. How else were they feeling about you in the past? The only thing that's real is love. They haven't given up completely. They know that the love is real, but this is a traumatized, wounded person that hasn't dealt with the stuff yet, and they haven't learned to communicate properly yet in relationships. So someone who's very much learning still. Aren't we all? But, you know. How about now? How are they feeling now? Are they back in touch yet? Let me know in the comments below. Let's see. How are they feeling now? Please tell me they've moved on from this. Opened up a bit. When? How long ago was that? Did that happen? Let me know. Could be very hot, cold person, this. Because of the past traumas. Night of Cups. Oh, this is how they're feeling now. Coming back in. Wanting to give you a love offer. Romance you. Nice. Oh dear. But feeling left out because you're being independent. Got your own lives, you guys, haven't you? They're wanting to come in and have something with you here, but they're feeling very left out because you've got stuff going on in your life, and they're not apart from it. They're not a part of that thing. You could have a very busy life and appear to not have very much time for them. Maybe when you talk to them, you're talking about your business and stuff that's going on, and they're not feeling like they are on your level or something like that, but they want to come in with this romance. Knight of Cups. But they're left out. There it is again, left out, feeling left out. It's hard for them to come in with that romance when they're through this icy cold heart that they've got because they feel shut out from your life. You've got things going on is what it feels like here, and they don't feel like they're a part of it at all. There does seem to be a bit of a mismatch in energy here. They've got like a younger kind of an energy. They could be younger than you. They've certainly got less going on in their lives. So they've got, this could be someone, say, that's got a job that they're not that happy in. It doesn't take a lot of their passion and energy. So they're overly focused on relationship. But they've also got a lot of wounding and stuff, which has them all over the place. So they're not a stable force in that. A lot of reaction because of it. So someone that's a bit bored is going to, in their lives, they haven't got a full life, is going to react more. They tend to be the ones that stir up drama because they've not got other stuff going on in their lives to keep them busy. It feels to me like you are a more mature energy. You maybe have a business or a career where you are, you've got things going on. And so this person seems a little bit of an annoying kind of a needy kind of an energy. They need you more of your attention than that. They want joy. They want to bring this back to a level where it's joyful. They want to come in with romance, but it's very hard for them to get over that. They've closed down. They've closed the heart down. They want to open it back up again. This person thinks about you a lot. They spend a lot of energy thinking about you and wondering how to come in and romance you and all of that. Meanwhile, there you are, getting on with your life. 9 of Pentacles, single, independent, and leaving them out of it. Walking that path alone. Yeah. Abundance, getting abundance, reaping rewards, that kind of thing. They want in. You feel like you've got very different focuses in life here. It doesn't feel like this is your equal at all. Because if you were equals, they would have a full life too, right? They wouldn't be. Yeah. Maybe this mismatch of energies. Truth is behind that. It's the truth of you. You do have other priorities. It is important to you. I think you guys, you need to meet someone who is on your level. It's got the similar stuff to you going on. You seem to have got attracted to here that someone that's not at your level, who's so younger than you. If they're not younger than you, they've got a younger kind of an energy than you. Very different focus. They haven't got an established career or anything like that, or a life path kind of a calling. They're not pursuing those things. Their life is a little bit out of balance because of it. Very too. They want. This is someone that wants, yearns for. What's the word? Your attention. They want your attention. This is it, isn't it? This is the past wounding. They've chosen someone who is busy. They've chosen someone who will leave them out. It's because of their wounds. They've chosen someone that's busy, that's someone that they're trying to get attention off, someone that doesn't have that attention to give them, not the amount that they want anyway. Who has the amount of attention to give to someone that has quite an empty life, that wants to gain a lot from relationship, that needs a lot of, need to gain a lot from relationship. So they want the partner to give them the attention, to fill up their life, to give their life meaning and all of that. That's what you've got on your hands here, someone that's like that. They're trying to find their joy through you and they're not finding it. So what they've done is they're replaying past old wounds. They're replaying old wounds by choosing people like you. They keep on choosing people like you, people that aren't on the level, the ones that are going to play this out again and not have time for them, not give them the attention that they want. This is someone that wants to get a hell of a lot from relationship because their life feels kind of empty. Time, you try and do hard, give it time. They think you're working too much. They want some time from you. They might have told you that. They might have told you that your focus, which kind of feels very balanced to me, is imbalance. They want more of your time. They want more of your attention. They want more of your time. They might have even called you cold and heartless. 5 of Pentacles, 5 of emotions, because you've got a full life. You have a balanced, you focus on your career, your business, whatever. All of the other things in life, you're not all romance. Now people that are wounded can be all romance, and that's a red flag, They're not right in that it's all love is all there is, and it should just be about romance, and I should be the most important thing in your life. That's an attention seeking thing. The person could turn up on your doorstep, trying to romance you, trying to lure you into this. You're actually balanced. Find a balance. They want you to be balanced. They're saying you're working too much, or your other priorities shouldn't be priorities. They think you're wrong. They think that you need to find a balance, that you should be prioritizing relationship more, and that would be more balanced. I'm not getting that that's the truth. Don't believe them. They think you're confused. Wow, there's a hell of a lot of projection going on here. A hell of a lot of projection. They need direction in the life. That's why direction came out. Nature and imagination. Yeah, there's a lot of imagination going on here. Yeah, they need direction in the life. Your person needs to find themselves. They need to find a reason for living, a purpose, Confusion. So they think you're confused. All the things that they're accusing you of, even if they're not directly accusing you of them, they're in the mind accusing you of here, needing to find balance, thinking that you're confused, thinking that you're working too much, or you're spending too much time on things that aren't important. In their eyes, it's all about them. That's what they're doing, and they're projecting it onto you. When we point the finger at someone else, there's 3 fingers pointing right back at us. It's always more about us than it is about the other person. So they want you to make an effort in relationships. They're hoping that you'll do that. They're hoping that you will see. They're hoping you'll change and see the folly and the errors of your ways and start prioritizing them. This is a particularly selfish person that you've got on your hands, and it's because of their wounds, yes, but still, it's a particularly selfish person that you've got on your hands here, wanting your attention. Be careful. Be careful with this person. Because they might guilt you. They might guilt you into it, and You will lose balance because of it, and your life will go downhill, and it's not going to sort out the wounds. The wounds are still going to be there. Anyway, floating on air. They think that if they're with you, they're quite manipulative, really. I don't think they're trying to be. They think that they're really trying to help you, but they're quite manipulative. They think that if you would make those changes, that then you'd both feel love, you'd be happy, you'd be floating on air, both of you, and be able to live this extremely exciting life. It's like they choose someone who isn't in alignment with them, and then they want to change you to become out of alignment like them so that they can have this happy time with you and this joy with you. It won't pan out like that, or if it does, it'll be very short-lived until you get back to actual balance, because the universe will always direct you back to balance, and they won't like that. They're being pulled toward balance, and it might have been that they attracted you into the life to kind of show you. You're more like a teacher of, hey, this is how to have a balanced life, but they're not getting it. They think that you're wrong and you need to change. So you're an example to them. Hey, stick to your guns. The best for them in the end. I don't think you can have a relationship, not a healthy one, with this person, of course, because they're not healthy. They've got old wounds coming up. It's running them. This is running them. Appreciate this moment. Every situation is an opportunity to grow and find love. It is. It's a growth situation here, and you're kind of a teacher to them. Stay true to yourself. If you think that this is your situation, feels like it could be your situation, you might want to get the deeper dive to find out how they're going to feel about you in the future. Should be an interesting one, this one. So if you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link in the description box and in the comments below as well. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant watch thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, otherwise you're not going to receive it. So be careful there. And the email might end up in your inbox. I can't speak properly. It might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder if you're on Gmail. So check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that shell on a device that can open PDFs. In that PDF, amongst other things, you will see a picture of a video. When you click on that picture of a video, if it doesn't take you to a video right away, then just try it on a different device and it will. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. I love hearing from you. Even if you just say hi, do it please, because it makes all the difference to my YouTube channel and the algorithm, and get YouTube showing people that you actually like this stuff enough to interact with it, and they'll start showing more people. So thank you for everyone that does that. It takes a few seconds out just to do that for me. Click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there if you want to hear more from me. I do 3 of these Love Picker card reads a week. If you've got some ideas of what you'd like me to do them on, let me know in the comments below. I also do a daily energy update for the collective. Check that out on my YouTube channel. And I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show. That's a show where I do general channeling, but I also give mini reads in there for donations. So if you've got a question for your higher self about something in your life or someone in your life, then come along to there. You can find the next show laying in wait on my YouTube channel by clicking on the Be Healing thing that's down there, and you can see when it is in your time zone. You can click on set a reminder on that too. So there you go. If this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this, and if you're coming with me to the deeper dive, then I'll see you in there very shortly.